back! Hello everybody, this is Lakota, and welcome to Tangential Gaming, and welcome back to Hellside. So, how's everybody feeling tonight?
Fed.
Great. I would say ecstatic.
Where's the popcorn?
Alright, so, quick reminder, our players are Daniel,
Sup, guys?
Patrick,
Hello.
Dominic,
Yeah.
and Steven.
Hello.
And they are playing their characters of Zell, Klaus, Yulant, and Joker Jack in this town of hellish repute. So I ask, who would like to do the recap? Bonus points if you do it in character. Dom did it last time. So who wants to do it this time?
You got it? I will be completely honest. I don't really remember what we did fight.
Oh god, what did happen last time?
I can tell you guys what happened last time if no one can remember. It just means you don't get the inspiration or...
I mean, I can do it again, but like... I think I remember what happened
think
last
I can
time.
slightly remember what happened last time.
All
I
right.
remember is fighting.
Alright, Zell, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Alright, you gonna do it in character?
Well, yeah,
Alright,
I'll try.
let's do this.
Hi, guys. It's Zell. Just to recap you a little bit. We went on our first mission, fought a crazy battle with hellish wolves and imps, and it got a little hairy here and there. And then we gathered the supplies and traveled back towards the temple, where we got, I would say, a very not so warm welcome. And now we are headed back into town to figure out what we need to do after that.
Alright, I'll accept that.
I mean, it wasn't the best recap, but hey.
Hey, it's your first time doing it, so I'm good
You
with that.
remembered more than I
That
did.
is
So-
unnatural.
So my quick first question, do you have inspiration?
I do.
Alright, so then pick a skill on your character sheet. You don't have to mark it or anything, but just pick a skill and try to remember it. You are proficient with that skill for the rest of this session.
Bet.
So what skill are you picking?
Hmm.
Now remember that skills are different than stats.
I'm going to say persuasion.
Okay, you're proficient in persuasion for this session. That's great. So, the two things that I know for a fact that you missed was...
I don't want to drink.
You talked to Ariel a little bit after the conflict with the wolves. She had a bit of an episode. And after the encounter with Father Throm...
Father Throm. Yeah, say I couldn't remember his name.
That's fine. Yulant gave Ariel a piggyback ride as you continue to make your way to the third house. And as you make your way there, you pass through the streets.
Oh wait, we're starting. Just walking through the streets.
One
Hey.
moment. Let me show you what the streets look like. If you can look in
Yeah.
images, you'll see what they look like.
Oh, he has a thing.
Yep.
Where's my
I like
mouse?
that. That actually seems to suit it.
Yes.
I was imagining something a bit more dingy, if I'm being honest.
Sadly, there wasn't one that was suitably dingy, while at the same time not looking like a murder had happened there. So this is the best I could do.
There have been murders here, and you're not convincing me otherwise.
Oh, there's absolutely been murders here. It's just none of them have happened recently.
There's a bit of murder in the alleyway over there.
So, you guys are walking through the city streets of New Hillside, making your way back through to Third House. As you do, you clock that people are actively staring at you. At all times, there are people who sort of just look at you out of the side of their eye. Their eyes first land on the armbands that each of you is wearing, then at your faces, and then the moment you notice that they're looking at you, they immediately turn away and... You know that thing where you see someone really scary on the street that you're walking towards you on the street, and then you cross the street to get away from them? That's sort of the vibe you're getting.
Oh,
Is there
yay.
You are getting a couple of weird looks, since you are carrying just this smaller woman who is just as armored as you are on your back. But eventually you make your way back to Third House, and who would like to open the door?
Yulant is... actually, no, my arms are full, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, Zella.
Zell,
I got you, Lon.
as you touch the doorknob to open the door, you feel a sort of static, almost like a static cling sensation, go down your arm from the armband into the door as you open it.
What the hell?
You recall that the armband allows you to actually enter the building. This seems to be just the armband's way of telling the building that you belong. It does leave your hand a little bit tingly, though. And as you as you enter in, okay, it's recording now. Alright, so, just had to restart this recording. We haven't gotten very far. Not a lot has happened. They just arrived at the Third House. They are speaking to...
Hello?
Yeah, all of them. All of you guys are there. They've all arrived at the Third House, which you guys can see the somewhat see the interior here, and here on the Discord.
Cutting out there, pal.
And Malik is speaking to them. Malik says again, he notices that Ariel is on your back. You explain that she had a traumatic episode, and says to go ahead and sit her down and give him a full report of what happened.
Well, we managed to find the cart, though we were quickly waylaid by fiends, I suppose.
Wolves on fire.
Couple of afflicted wolves, couple of imps that ambushed us during the fight. Nothing we couldn't handle. Got a little sketch, but
sounds fairly
otherwise. I did want to talk to Cora, the old priest over at the Habit. Got a bit handsy with my compatriot here.
Malik will
Which is partly why she's acting like this.
Malik will look at you and say, before I tell you where Cora is, I have to ask, what did you do in return?
It wasn't pretty.
I didn't hit him.
You look like you
There was
want
no
to.
blood.
You look like you want
Not
to.
yet.
Pretty much it.
There was no blood, and I don't believe any injury. Just some light intimidation.
Malik pinches the bridge of his nose and says, "Alright, go talk to Cora. I'm going to prepare myself for the inevitable chat with Hulgan, because there is no way that Father Throm isn't going to talk to him."
Of that I have no doubt.
Cora's over there, and he points over into her direction. She'll also give you a punishment for assaulting a civilian.
That's fine, as long as this whole thing gets settled.
I don't see where any assault was made. Nobody was hit. He was just picked up off the ground.
Quick reminder to all of you, Malik will look you all in the eyes and say, you are all still prisoners. You may not be wearing shackles, and you may not live in a cell, but you are all prisoners. Even small things can be big trouble for the rest of us. On top of that, do something bad enough, and it is not that difficult to remove you from the program. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly.
Yes, sir.
So, it would do to keep in mind that we are, in fact, still people.
I do keep that in mind.
We are not ragdolls.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, Klaus may be, but
Of all of you, the tiefling looks like he's taken the least amount of damage. Well, and the performer looks over at Joker Jack.
Hey!
hey, he's a nimble little guy. What can you say?
Quick reminder, Joker did not take a single point of damage during that fight.
He did not.
His dragon did.
Yeah, Bubbles.
Oh yeah, his dragon. Hell up.
Bubbles looks a bit beat up, but he's sort of just resting on Joker's shoulder right now. He's making funny noises, like he's you got it, boss. Whatever you say, boss. I don't want to wear the dress.
What?
Well.
But yes, Yulon, you are directed in the direction of Cora. Do you bring Ariel with you?
Yes.
That's perfectly
Kind
fine.
of lightly tug her along.
Yeah, she does follow you. She's a little bit more responsive at this point, but she's still a little cloudy, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
She's kind of zoned out. She's in that state where she's just sort of looking around the room, and she's definitely aware of what's around her, just not really responding to anything at the moment. As you approach Cora, she looks over at all of you and she says, "You look like shit."
We feel like shit. Well, besides the clown, but...
Hey!
So, who did you hit?
Throm got aggressively handsy with a small, precious woman, and I didn't hit him. His feet did leave the ground. There was no injury to be had.
Cora
Though I highly doubt that he will.
Cora will give a deep sigh. She will...
Let's just leave it this way. I don't think he'll be doing it again anytime soon.
You would
I
think...
doubt that.
You would think that. She walks up to Ariel and, "Are you all right?" Ariel just nods. Is this the result of him, or was she like this before?
She was better before, not by much. He definitely made it worse.
All right. Yulant?
Yes.
So, what you all are supposed to do next is go on patrol. Normally, you would have a choice on who goes on patrol first. But seeing as you did assault a civilian, Yulant, you have to take first patrol.
I was going to offer.
Good to know. Now, under the circumstances, I'm going to recommend that Ariel take the day off for patrol.
I was also going to ask.
Yeah, I was definitely going to suggest that she take some time. She definitely needs it.
With all of that being said, Yulant, you need to pick someone to go on patrol with you. The other two can rest and do things around town if they need to. If you absolutely need to do something while you're on patrol, keep in mind that you are on duty and anything you do will go on record.
Yes. Zell, do you feel like wrangling one of the jokesters?
Let's go. Sounds like a good time.
Okay. Suppose I'll be going with Zell then.
Alright. Zell and Yulant will take the first patrol. Any arguments? She looks at Klaus and Joker.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's time to party, Joker.
You are leaving the two Chaos Children together, my god.
Yes, I am aware.
In the meantime,
That's your mistake.
in the meantime, I will take Ariel back to your room. You all discuss among yourselves what your plans are for today. Cora puts her arm around Ariel's shoulder and starts walking, but as she does, Ariel turns back to you, Yulant, and she says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
She will then turn back and continue her way up to her room, or your guys' room. So, Zell and Yulant, what would you guys like to do while you're on patrol, if there's anything specific that you would like to do? Now, this is a moment for you guys to roleplay and just sort of discuss what you're going to do today. So,
I'll save negotiations on prices for certain things for later, but I would like to drop off materials to Small Ooze Woman.
Yeah, we can swing by there.
Yeah. Check around the forest, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. Especially after what we've done seen. They're close.
Joker and Klaus.
Okay.
Go to the bar.
Yeah.
I can state that the tavern is currently open.
Do
Klaus, leave the
remember
farmer
that
alone.
you have. Do remember that you have patrol later. Try not to get too.
That is true.
drunk.
That is true. You guys have to go on patrol after Zell and Yulant's shift is over.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm getting a call.
Oh dear.
Good lord.
Lord.
I've been taken over by the robots.
Huh?
She'll not hear that.
Oh, that was
assume it
Daniel. He
was-
got a phone call. But in the meantime, Klaus, is there anything you would like to do with Klaus, it's worth noting, you do still have a letter back in your room that you haven't read yet.
That is true. Okay. Before we go to the bar, I want to return to the room.
All right.
That's fine.
Joker, are you going to
Yeah.
go with?
Yeah.
All right. Dom, do you mind if I go with them first?
Well, of course. My compatriot is kind of busy at the moment.
All right. So, Klaus, you make your way back up to the room momentarily with Joker in tow. Excuse me. You make your way into the room. Ariel has already pulled the curtain in front of her bed closed at this point. You can kind of still see her shadow a bit moving around, but it's very clear that she's more or less just climbing into bed. And she doesn't seem to be paying attention that other people have entered the room. You see your bag laying on your bed. Does Klaus make his bed in the morning?
He does, yeah.
Okay, you see your bag sitting on your made bed, and I would like to think that you can just sort of make out the letter sticking out from the main part of the bag.
Klaus is going to pick it up and read it.
Do you do this privately, or do you do it in front of Joker Jack?
In front of Joker Jack.
So, Joker, you watch as Klaus sort of walks over to his bed and bag. He rustles through his things, and he pulls out this letter that maybe you caught him looking at the first night, but maybe you didn't, who knows.
Yeah.
And he opens it. And Klaus, what you see is, first, very bad handwriting that you immediately recognize as your mother's. There are several grammar mistakes. Some words are very much misspelled. But you can being that you have read your mother's letters before, can make out what is being said. And it reads, "Dear Klaus, it has been quite some time since I last saw you, and I don't know if they will even let you see this message. But I wanted to let you know that I am safe. Your friend at the arena helped me get out of the city and took me someplace where the circle can't find me for now. I hope this message finds you well. And I hope to see you again." There is also there's a coin attached to the letter. It is not a coin that is... It's not like a gold coin. It's this odd-looking silver coin that Klaus would recognize, actually. It was his father's. The coin is this odd-looking thing with, almost looks like twisting vines on it. And Klaus would recognize it as his father's lucky coin. And just below where it was attached to the letter, it reads, "I hope this brings you more luck than it brought your father."
Fancy.
Klaus was going to put it in his pocket.
Joker, do you attempt to read the letter?
Nope.
Okay.
He can't read.
I mean, we agreed that Klaus can read. It's just not an easy thing for him to do.
I was talking about Joker Jack.
But yes, the letter in question. You have the item in question from the letter.
Okay.
Do you two want to talk to each other?
So, that was fun. Ish.
You know what's gonna be even funner when we head to the bar.
Thank God. Dealing with firing wolves and little pest imps.
I
need
know.
me a drink.
I'm starved. I gotta get some food and some drink.
Again, don't you think with your stomach?
Always. What's a good fight if you don't get a good meal after?
True. Well, into the bar we go.
All right, you guys make your way back out. Hey Daniel, can you unmute or?
Well, he's having a call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Wanted to make
There
sure.
we are.
I thought you were back. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was
All right.
had to go in there, but yeah, I'm back.
All right. Cool. So, in the meantime, Elant and Zell, you are downstairs, and I assume start making your way outside.
Aye.
You said you wanted to go drop off those real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I reckon we'll head over that way.
All right. You make your way outside of the outside of the third house, which I will quickly switch back to the city streets. You guys can't see it, but I have a thing on the. I have an overlay thing that I'm doing.
They can see it, but I can't.
So you guys make your way out. The city is once again hustling and bustling, and people still giving you odd glances as you make your way through the streets. Is there anything the two of you would like to talk about?
Leave that to Zell.
you know. Do what?
Leave that to Zell.
Why was he even at the sale?
I think he wants you to start the conversation.
Well, how about that airplane flew? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I had to. So, alright. So, I mean, I know you're a soldier, and I know you've got dark problems going on, but if you don't mind me asking, what, like, I don't know, what made you change your mind on the whole religion thing?
Oh, I'm still religious. I just changed my patron deity, as it were. And mostly, the Church of Solosis is a rather ignorant bunch, it seems. Their faith in the light blinds them to truths unsavory.
Well, that definitely makes sense. I also understand you were a soldier.
Paladin, yes.
Okay.
Holy warrior of some sort. A god, mostly.
So, have you battled the demons like what we've faced?
No. My job was more to look out for people who would like to assassinate my charge.
Oh.
Which I assure you, not an uncommon thing to want to kill a priest, apparently.
Well, you know. That kind of happens from time to time.
Ignore that.
I was gonna ask, did you just die in the game you're playing?
Shut up. I got slapped. Leave me alone. No, I've not had any formal meetings with the hellish.
Well, from what I've seen, it looks like you can hold your own in a battle, so I mean...
I had good training, and between the court and the church, well... Let's just say, even those who manage to dodge the majority of a strike will still end up nicked.
Yeah, I realized real quick I didn't want you on my bad side, so...
Yes, well... Not many do, these days. That guard at the prison, Charlotte, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I whacked a guard or two.
I just don't particularly enjoy those who use their authority. So I put a pipe through his eye. Still alive, weirdly enough.
Well, I mean, that sounds about like my commanding officer. He was alive when I sent arrows flying into his face.
Weird occurrence, that. Though not completely unheard of.
Do what?
Right. An odd occurrence, but not completely unheard of.
No.
Right through the
No.
middle of the brain.
He definitely deserved it.
Similar circumstances, then.
Yeah. He was going to cause me and all my men to walk right into an ambush that we wasn't going to walk out of, and when I said something to him, he went to strike me, and I stood for what was right
Good on you.
and shot him down like a pig that he was.
A decent heart on you, mate. Well, speaking of, I do believe I see this place ahead.
Yes, you see once again this odd-looking building that looks half shamanistic hut, half miniature library with a single door. And as you enter, you once again find, sitting on his side of the building, I believe, what was his name? Don't worry, don't worry, I can do this.
I can do this.
You do not see the jank behind the curtain.
Yeah. Winston Coral Shell. You see Winston, he's just sort of sitting there.
Winston. Yeah, there you go.
Sort of just sitting there reading a book and he looks up from him and says, "Ah, hello there. Have you come to visit me, or are you here to drop something off for the little goo girl?"
We're here to drop something off.
Multiple things, really.
Ah, well, you'll have to find her first. I think she's mentioned something about playing hide and seek this morning, and well, I just have let her hide all day, so.
Well, I think we have something that'll bring her out.
As you say that,
we specifically asked for.
As you say that, you hear some glass rattling noises, and on the other side of the building, you watch as some of the cupboards smash open, and she just sort of plops out as a ball of goo, and then reconstitutes herself and says, "Really? Do tell!"
Well, we came across some of the hell afflicted during our hunt this morning, and well, you did ask.
Do you
And we shall survive.
And Yolan's just gonna hold out like a bloody bag
takes them,
with like
opens it, and goes,
four wolf dick.
This is one of the dumbest things I ever came up with for you guys to do, and I love the fact that you just rolled with
I'm
it.
removing this from my inventory now.
She looks in and goes, ooh, they're always better fresh. Good lord.
You disturbed me. Would you like a heart?
Ooh. So I would like to read off the things that you actually have. You have 4 infernal beast genitals, 2 fiend hearts, 2
Two.
Yes, because you were able to, because there were 2 imps, and I went ahead and just gave you both hearts.
Oh, fiend. Sorry, I was thinking about the wolves. I have 4 of those.
2 imp eyes, because you were unable to get the eyes from the other one.
You say you want someone to eat a wolf heart.
Yeah, you said you were getting one of the hearts for... You said you were getting
Wow.
one of the hearts for Klaus to eat.
Yes.
You have 1 infernal beast pelt.
I thought we grabbed 2.
What? The belts?
Yeah.
Did you have more than
Oh,
one?
you took a head.
Yeah, you have a head,
Well, I
is what you have.
Okay, well, I meant to grab the pelt while we was at it, but it'll be alright.
2 pouches of claws. And to go along with the head, 1 pouch of teeth.
We have some
You also have 2 frail essences, which are you can sell them, but they're an enchanting ingredient.
We only have 1 caster, and he's a bloody warlock.
Technically speaking, anyone can do the enchanting part. It's just
Is it an
easier to
Arcana
do
check?
if you have casting skills. She will look at all your stuff and say, well, I can take the infernal beast genitals for 30 gold each.
Oh, that's interesting.
Very nice.
I went ahead and wrote all of this stuff down. I went through Helena's guide and I made sure to figure all this stuff out beforehand. The fiend hearts are also 30 each if you're interested in selling those. The imp eyes are 10 gold each. If you're willing to give up the pelt, it's 40 gold.
I'm going to be using that.
Just
Fire
gotta
resistance is a very nice thing to have against fiends.
Oh, indeed, I know. You watch as her entire body turns bright red.
Oh, that's disturbing. Do you have necrotic resistance?
If I need it.
Okay.
She has the 2 pouches of claws. She says, the claws would be 20 each. And the pouch of teeth would also be worth 20. So you guys get to decide what you want to sell out of this.
Zell, is there anything you would like to do with the teeth? Make arrows or anything?
Nah, I think I'll save that for the wings. I think, I can make, I'll sell them.
Alright, so for the pouch of... So, whoever wants to write this stuff down, because I'm terrible at math. I had a pen. There's my pen. So that's 20 gold. Right there. Are you selling all 4 of the wolf genitals?
Yes. I don't want these in my pack anymore.
You sure you don't want to make a staff?
Ha! No, I'm not a caster. Nor do I necessarily care if objects of infernal
Wait.
make.
Did you just say, do you want to make a... I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just had to.
Good lord, dude.
And for distance,
I'm-
Joker
I
Jack
am-
sneeze. Somebody's
Would y'all
talking
expect
about
anything
me.
left from Zell? I mean, come on now.
Fair. What is 4, so 34 times is 120, right?
What?
I thought they were at 40 apiece.
No, the genitals are only 30 apiece.
30 times 120.
40 times
Yeah, that's what
4
I thought.
is 120.
Are you selling both of the fiend hearts or just one?
One of the imp hearts I'm selling, and I'm keeping one of the wolf hearts as well.
Okay. How about the imp eyes?
Whose were those? Were those Zales?
I think they might. I think they might have been Zell's.
I think so.
That would
yeah,
be interesting to watch Klaus attempt to eat.
That would actually. We'll save those.
He would
I'll
too.
try.
You gonna keep both?
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll keep one, sell one.
Okay, so that's 10. Pouch of claws.
Claws. I think I'm gonna leave that one to Zell as well.
Oh, I wonder if I can craft some arrows out of that.
You
Like
absolutely,
arrowhead.
you absolutely could. There is a check involved, but you absolutely could.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with those.
So you're gonna keep those. Okay, make sure you have that written down somewhere on your character sheet that you have them. All right. So altogether, she gives you back 180 gold, which you guys can divide among the other characters as you wish. She will hand you the gold off, take these gross items, and say, "A pleasure doing business with you. Can I interest you in any of my wares?"
Oh, that completely depends. Please tell me you have something good.
Well, with these, and she holds up the bag of wolf dick.
Oh, great.
I normally make these fancy potions that I like to call potions of hellish virility.
Oh, no.
You can guess what they do. Granted, they come with the side effect of increasing the likelihood of your child being born a tiefling, but who cares, right?
Oh, I mean, yes, actually, who does care?
But I can also get rid of the certain side effects of the potion and just make it a potion of fire resistance.
Oh, like
Yeah,
I
that-
said, I'm going to be trying to figure something out for that soon. If Zell would like any, that's on him.
I would actually like, yeah, I would like some fire resistance.
Well,
No,
I can make it. It'll take me a little bit, and it will cost you 8 gold.
that's fine. We can pick it up after we patrol.
Not a problem. I do require the
Oh,
down
bloody hell,
payment.
someone's knocking on my door.
I do require the
Hold
payment now, though, and she pulled out her hand.
Zell pulls out 8 gold and hands it to her.
Alright, make sure
But of course,
you subtract that from your total, which you can do from your inventory.
I'm busy.
I was about to ask you
Bloody hell.
how to do all that.
Go to
Small children
so
are the
you
bane
can
of my
go to your
existence.
inventory, and I believe you click the image of gold at the top. Hang on. Been a bit since I've done this.
Okay, so it's only showing I have 10 gold.
Yeah, don't worry too much about that. I haven't changed it yet.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry too much about that. But just mark somewhere that you spent 8 gold for a fire resistance potion.
There we go. I removed them.
Oops.
Awesome. So, she takes the gold, and you watch. She doesn't just take it. She wraps her gooey hand around yours and literally absorbs the gold into her goo body. Your hand is now wet. And she bows and says, "I'll have it ready by the time you come back."
Great. Appreciate it.
That's not
Do you
disturbing
have,
at all.
Well,
Like moist towelette or
I love.
I should also point
Love.
out that when she touched your hand,
Oh,
it stings a little.
why does everything shock me in this game?
That is very true. That's happened a couple of times now. It doesn't just shock. It kind of, in this case, it doesn't feel like a shocking sensation. It burns a little.
Oh, lovely.
Oozes are made of acid.
I was about to say it's probably acidicity.
She bows at this point and says, "Well, if that's all, pleasure doing business with you."
I believe that will do it.
You will watch as
You ready to get on patrol?
Yes.
You guys will watch as she picks up this bag of stuff and walks towards the back of the building, and then literally oozes her way through the wall.
I'm terrified of this small thing.
She is rather
Intimidating?
interesting. Well, I was going to say
Yeah.
interesting.
You should have
Eccentric is also a good one.
seen her before she went through fission.
Oh god, was she bigger?
Tola, she was also. Some of the boys in town were
Bustier?
attracted to her.
Yes, okay, cool. Ooze MILF lady, got you. Fuck.
Got you, yeah.
Well, she was taller. She went through fission and made another one of her.
Oh god, why? Why must the oozes clone themselves?
Because they oozing, baby. They oozing.
I mean, not all of them do that. Some of them have children with other races. I don't quite understand
That's
how that works,
disturbing.
but
Yes, I don't want to know how that works.
neither do I. But being that I worship Solomon, I'm also dreadfully curious. And
God of knowledge.
anytime I've ever asked her, all she did was look at me and giggle.
That's a scary
That's
sign.
never a good sign.
No.
You're right.
On that note, we
It's
will
not
talk to you later, Mr.
Coral shell.
Coral Shell. Yeah, Mr. Winston.
Yeah.
We will talk to you later. It's been
Indeed.
nice chatting with you.
For the record, if you ever have questions about some of the wildlife in the area, I am more than able to give you what I know.
That will be useful knowledge, yes. Quick question,
Yeah.
bears, yes or no?
Yes, there are in fact bears.
Yeah.
Are they
my
Hellside
favorite.
bears or are they regular bears?
There are some normal bears in the area, but if they get too close to the shard of glass that's literally only like a 2-day walk away from here, hell affliction is an easy thing for an animal to catch.
Wonderful.
Harder for a person to catch, of course. Although I've seen some hell
But
afflicted.
not impossible.
Not impossible. I've seen hell-afflicted humans. It's not a
Are
pretty sight.
tieflings immune?
Tieflings are immune. Lucky them.
Okay, good. That's
Well,
at least one of them
most
I don't have to worry
tieflings-
about.
Most tieflings are immune. I have seen I have heard stories, I've never seen it myself, of some tieflings being affected by hell affliction and going full feral and monstrous. It's horrifying to see.
Well, that's just lovely.
Granted, those are very few cases, and none of them are very well documented. It's relatively rare.
Right.
But if you have any more questions, I'll be here. Have fun on patrol, boys.
I guarantee you we will at least try.
And you leave the building and make your way towards the beginning of your patrol. Meanwhile,
Barson.
I actually forgot something. I actually have a picture of Uza's shop that I forgot to pull up. Hang on.
Oh, Uza.
Yes, Uza's half of the shop does in fact have a picture. I just forgot to pull it up.
You're skipping bad.
Hang on. Alright, am I okay now?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
If I start doing it again, let me know. I will see if leaving the call and coming back fixes it. Alright. If you go to images, you'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, that's definitely a witch hut.
Alright. In the meantime...
I don't have any health.
And Joker! You make your way towards the tavern. And as you do so, you're being looked at by all of these people who are... Some of them clearly look like they don't trust you. Others kind of give you a somewhat friendly wave. A few of them give you a bit of a wide berth, Klaus, as you... Well, one, you're a tiefling, and two, you give off a bit of an energy of psychosis. I want everyone to imagine this. What you are seeing is a gladiator tiefling man walking through the streets with a man dressed up like a jester with a sleeping dragon on his shoulder.
I'd say we were one hell of a combo.
I was about to say, it's definitely...
Alright. So, Abigail asks you if you've seen Eulant, specifically. And you said that he's on patrol. Alright, did he give you guys any idea where he would be patrolling? I sort of have to speak with him by order of my boss.
No clue.
Are you lying?
I heard him say about selling some parts. You could go look there.
Oh, he went to visit Uza.
Yeah.
She's an interesting woman. She reminds me a bit of my mother.
That's scary.
But good lord, does she creep me out. Thank you. Where are you gentlemen off to this morning?
Bar.
To get food. You're bothering me, lady.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fair. You guys went on your first mission today. How did that go?
Well, I kind of carried the team, what I always do.
Oh, man.
Right. Right. Got a wolf jump on you too. Yeah, we got a little imp problem. Wolves on fire.
Hell-afflicted wolves,
No.
relatively common. Imps, also, fairly normal occurrence. Doesn't surprise me too much. But, you gentlemen, be on your best behavior. Wouldn't want to see your head explode.
I can say we'll try.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Klaus, was it? I have to make a request that the next time you go and have a bar fight, maybe don't assault so many farmers.
Yeah, they were asking for
We
it.
were flooded with complaints this morning about your, drunken activities last night.
Hey, if they look at me sideways, they're getting hit. Even if they don't look at me sideways, they're getting hit. Who cares?
You took a bunch of them just out of the blue.
I get the feeling I'm going to be hearing about you a lot.
You might.
In the meantime, you fellows, have a good day. And she walks off towards the direction of Ooze's hut. In the meantime, you guys make your way to... So, I did not give the tavern a name until recently, but it is called the Knight Errant Tavern. Knight without a K.
You think she remembers us?
Hang on. Allow me to post what it looks like. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Patrick, you still there?
I am.
Okay, making sure. If you'll look in images, you'll see what the place looks like.
It's a nice little. That's exactly what I would think it would look like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I gotta ask, you think she remembers us?
Klaus,
Oh, she definitely remembers.
you're not there, Zell.
Yes. I know, but I'm just saying.
Joker asked you a question, Klaus.
Oh, what'd he say? I didn't hear him.
He asked, do you think she remembers us? Referring to, the tavern owner.
Well, if she doesn't, I'm sure the farmers remember me.
Good lord.
I think you give half of them a black eye.
Klaus, yeah, Klaus walks in and he says, "The first farmer to buy him a drink does not get beat up tonight."
Roll me. Do you want this to be intimidation or persuasion?
Let's go with intimidation. I don't even know. Deception.
Roll intimidation, and I'll give you it. I will give you advantage because you beat so many of them up last night.
Poor farmers.
Oh, straight. I'm +2.
The benefits of being a tiefling.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20, so.
Good lord!
Maximum
Did
intimidation.
you actually?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no, yeah.
Yeah, he wrote.
Since I rolled with advantage, I got 2 rolls, and my second roll was is a nat 20.
Okay. Every single farmer floods to the front to pay for your drink. And the tavern owner, I'm trying to remember her name, because it is apparently not on the sheet that I put it on. What the frick was her name? Oh yeah, Mirabelle. She sighs annoyedly at you and says, "Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. Looks like you're next." And she looks at the amount of money in front of her. 10 drinks are on the house.
Hey,
Check, we're drinking for free tonight. We might even have some left over for you, Zale.
good. At least we're helping some business.
A very weak and mumbly Bubbles lifts up his head and goes, "May I have some?"
You sure can, little buddy.
And what about this dress you were talking about?
What dress? I don't know what you're talking about. I never wore a dress. I don't... There's nobody that lives in the pocket dimension you send me to. Anyway!
Uh-huh.
Give me a drink! He jumps into a random flagon and just starts drinking. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you sit down at... or do you sit down at the bar or at a table?
At a table. I would like a table. But also, what kind of food does she serve?
She serves your normal bar, your normal sort of bar food, minus the sort of modern things you'd think of. So, what were you asking? Does she sell as food at the tavern?
Buffalo chicken slaughters.
You can get chicken, but they're not going to come on a bun. You can definitely
cost 2 chicken legs.
You can absolutely get some chicken legs. Careful if shaking that thing.
Friendly reminder: burgers are as old as the Roman Empire.
Are they?
The first one was created in the Roman Empire. Yes.
That's astounding. I will keep
They weren't good.
Yeah.
I will keep
They were like wrapped. They were wrapped in pork, but you know,
what?
and not good pork. Just like trimmings off the skin to keep shape.
That's awful. That sounds terrible.
With a lot of olive oil.
Right up House's alley.
Good lord. But yes, you can absolutely get some big old chicken legs, and there is a spicy sauce that you can dip them in.
Yep, want that.
Is there anything specific that that Joker would like to get?
Ale.
Oh, you already have an ale. Like, that's just put in front of you, because you're
ale.
drinking for fucking free tonight.
That's ale.
Alright, you get an ale.
I've got these farmers scared, man. We're drinking for free for the rest of our lives.
You rolled a nat 20 intimidation on these frickers. You're drinking for free tonight.
And probably eating
At
for
least,
free too.
I need you to realize the rest of this campaign, until the fear wears off, the second we walk into this establishment, a farmer will buy you a drink. At least one.
More or less, yeah.
I didn't punch no farmer. The scary
No,
guy.
but you're with him.
The scary guy.
Yeah, you're with me. Yeah, I was going to say, you're with me, so you know, nobody's going to, at least no farmers are going to mess with you in here.
Alright, so,
I have a dragon. I'm not worried about that.
you guys sit down at your table. It's not incredibly busy right now, because it's decently early in the day. They're selling drinks, but, like, they're a little watered down, that way nobody's getting too drunk this early. The food is still good. The chicken, the chicken is practically falling off the bone. It's juicy, it's well seasoned. The sauce has a very nice heat, although for a tiefling, it could be hotter.
Yeah.
As you sit around, you see a few individuals that you do recognize. You You once again see that very small woman who tried to pretend to be a child on the first day here and got punished for it. She is sitting at the bar. Her feet just her being so short, her feet do not reach the floor. And she is very bitterly sipping at an ale. You see one or two members of the third house. No one that you specifically remember, although you see there's a dwarf among them that you think you saw Cora talking to the night before. Granted, the night before is a bit of a blur for you guys. And make a perception check, both of you.
Alright.
I got a 9.
5.
Good lord, you guys suck. That's all you guys see.
Yep.
So, what would you guys like to do or talk about?
So, we're next on patrol. Lovely.
Klaus?
I'm so sorry, somebody was talking to me. What'd you say?
Joker Jack spoke.
Yeah.
Can you hear him okay? Talk.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody else was just talking to me. I wasn't
sorry.
even listening.
Okay.
Joker made a comment about the fact that you guys are going on patrol once Zell and Yolante get back.
Well, I think we should be fine. I mean, I won't get too wasted, and we should be sober enough.
We better.
But if I get too wasted, you can just pick up my flight. Kidding, only kidding. No, you're not.
Seriously, you made a joke because I have a dragon, right?
Hey, possibly, since you can possess things, if I get too drunk, could you just possess me and walk me around?
Are you my familiar?
Oh, you can only do it with familiars.
No. A warlock possess a familiar. That's the only connection
Okay.
I can do. To people,
No.
go talk to someone else. I cannot do that. A ghost maybe, but no.
Uza might be able to fight.
I cannot hypnotize people near, so meh.
Hey, actually, when we're on patrol, Joker Jack, we have an advantage over the other two. You can send your dragon, and we can watch in the skies.
I know that. Plus, the hat does get up, put his foot on his wall and does the spider crawl. You know?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
you use your last spell slot to do spider climb.
Yeah.
You watch as
Spider climb for so long.
you watch as Joker Jack puts his foot on the wall. What does it look like when Joker Jack casts spider climb?
It looks like he's walking up the wall.
You watch as Joker walks up the wall. I have to
Does it
roll.
work?
I have to roll something now. You're not gonna like what I'm rolling.
I know.
I just get the image of what he's doing is I don't know if you guys have ever watched Rick and Morty, but the boots that he gives Rick or that
Oh,
Rick
God,
gives
yeah.
Morty.
Yeah, I watched
Hey
that.
Don't forget
Joker,
to
what's
turn
your
'em on.
AC?
Oh God.
You gotta turn them on, Morty. You gotta turn them on.
My armor class is 14.
Okay. So you take
Oh god. That's
2 points of damage as you get hit with a shotgun bullet. As pellets hit you in the back, and you hear Miller Bell say, "Get your fucking ass off my wall!"
Hey.
And now you see why I didn't let you do it in the first session.
Okay.
Well, I feel like he's going to try it every time we're here. He will try it.
Well, you need to be smaller. Okay, I'm getting down.
You fucking better!
Hold your fire.
Don't tell me to hold my fire!
Oh god.
You hear
Tosses over in
the as she begins to load another shell.
Joker Jack just runs down.
Kyle stops eating his chicken leg for 1 second to say, "Do it again, do it again."
No.
So, you gentlemen, I imagine you sit back down at the table.
Yeah, there's much in this.
Mirabelle is shooting fucking daggers at you. Like, doing the whole points at her eyes, points at you, points back at her eyes. That was your last spell slot of the day, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think she likes me.
Tried to climb on her wall, man. After the damage we done last time, it's a wonder she didn't shoot us when we walked in.
Why did she shoot you?
Hey, that was a collective effort. All right.
Alright, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about while you were here, or is it safe for me to go to the other two?
I think it's safe.
Alright.
We've covered.
Yulant and Zell, you make your way to the edge of New Hillside, to the area, to the more forested portion of the area.
Let's try to avoid the general proximity of the church while we're here, yes? I don't particularly feel like choking out an old man again.
Yeah. I mean, I want to stab something else with this trident, but I don't want it to be something we're not supposed to be fighting.
Suppose we ought to have a proper look around.
Yeah. And we'll figure out which way we need to go from there. So we need to do...
Patrol the edge of the forest. Just make sure nothing's abound.
To subtract the damage. You took 2 damage. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
We're just gonna walk the edge of the forest, make sure nothing's abound.
As you walk the edge of the forest, I'm going to go ahead and switch to that particular background. Yeah. It is... It's a decent enough autumn day. The trees are... The trees have already gotten that, gotten the many reds and oranges and yellows on their leaves, and there are many leaves that crunch beneath your feet, but you are doing your best to be as discreet as possible in the area. Granted, one of you is wearing frickin' heavy armor. You don't see a whole lot, honestly. You do see, without getting too close to the church, you do see the tracks you followed earlier that day, but outside of that, you don't see a whole lot.
Seems we scared at least those.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just I feel something else. Like I feel like there's. I don't know. It's too peaceful.
Can I hear the sounds of the forest
You do,
going around?
you do in fact currently hear the sounds of the forest. So earlier, the forest was eerily quiet. It's still not as loud as you would think it should be, but it is certainly. It sounds like the woods should sound. Although
Sounds like the forest coming back to life.
Although to Yulan, it does still sound very off. It's like all of the animals that are currently making noise sound like they're scared.
Sounds like the forest coming back to life, though not in any good condition.
Yeah, I would agree there.
I don't think we'll find anything here. Perhaps we should move inward a bit.
It sounds good to me.
So you're going to move a little bit into the forest?
Yeah,
No.
we'll move into the forest.
Oh, I meant further into the town, but all right.
Oh well.
Honestly, I think closer into town would probably be the better idea, because
All right. Well, that'll work.
alright, as you sort of close the circle, like sort of make a curve back into town, you see a few things on the way there. You do see some of the fields that the farmers work on, with many people currently in them and doing their work. You see a wide variety of plants being grown, things that look like they do not belong in this environment. Some of the plants are on fire. Some of the plants have freaking lightning coming out of them. You see a plant that looks like it's made out of ice crystal. It's like a cactus made out of ice crystal.
Are there people out working the fields?
There are, in fact, people out working the fields, and some of them are wearing various different, like, protective gear for handling these plants. Like, the one handling the ice cactus is wearing these very thick gloves as they're, like, pulling off portions of it.
I'm going to move closer to the edge of the field and call out, seen any weirdness about, mate?
One of the farmers will look up, and as he does, you see Elder Boris.
Oh, that's not a
Oh,
sign.
yay.
Well,
Ain't that your friend from the tavern?
Yes. Got a bit
Well-
of information from him.
well, if it isn't the card shark I played last night. He approaches.
Yes, well,
He approaches the edge of the fence and looks at you and says, "Doing your first patrol, are we?"
yes. Just wondering if anyone around here's seen anything.
Well, can't say I've seen much myself. Bit of a...
Have you heard of anything?
Well, I heard a rumor that a certain religious figure may have bitten off more than he can chew.
With how old he is, I'm surprised he can chew anything.
He's only human. He's nowhere near as old as I am.
Yes,
that
but
old bag of bones ain't got nothing on me.
good. The older the wiser. And at least you're wise enough not to be a thorn in everyone's side, huh?
Father Throm is certainly set in his same old ways.
Many holy men are.
he is quite a handful, that's for sure. Honestly, I'm surprised you showed so much restraint, Mr. Drousseau, was it?
Yes. I've had my share of holy men in my day, but frankly, we're not in a place to act too brashly.
Oh, yes, of course, you know. They're always watching, right?
It does seem that way. I did report it myself. I wasn't going to be coy about it. Especially not seeing how he started the altercation. Got a bit of a talking to, first patrol. Nothing worse so far.
Hell. People like you, my dear friend, are in a unique situation. I would like you to roll insight, Yulant.
Oh, yay. I have 14.
This gentleman knows something. Specifically about you.
Oh, do tell.
Well, I try not to talk much about things like this in mixed company, and he sort of gestures over to Zell. But, find me later tonight. At the tavern when you're off duty. We can talk then.
Will do. Will do.
As for your patrol, haven't seen much.
Yes.
Haven't seen much today, though. It's been about a week since the last disappearance.
Disappearance.
Yeah. Few children have been disappearing lately. About one a week.
That is disturbing.
A few of us just think they wandered a bit too far and got eaten.
I'm not going to...
Doesn't quite help their parents' emotions over it.
Yes. Perhaps we'll look into that at some point.
Well, I was going to ask if you could tell us more about the disappearances, like
Not much to say.
anything particular? Is it?
Oh, you know, children running out and playing, getting themselves into trouble. You tell them not to go you tell them not to go someplace. They decide they're gonna go there anyway.
Other than them being children, was there anything in common about them?
Not really. First one was a boy. Second one was a girl, and I think the last one was another girl. Different ages. One was the boy was about 11. The girl was 8. Most recent one was 5.
I'll see if I can dig anything up about that with the higher-ups.
Well, good luck with
Maybe
that.
see if I can get somewhere darker.
They've been rather stumped themselves, honestly. It's why most people think they just went off and got eaten. Dangerous place to have children. Can't quite blame people for getting along and deciding to settle down, but in a place like this, it's a dangerous prospect.
I've found that people are less than... logical. They can't keep it in their pants, is what I'm saying.
Us elves would know, wouldn't we?
Oh, yes, and I am from the Spring Court. Trust me, I know.
Spring, really? Seemed like more of a winter to me. But
Sometimes. No time good.
I wish I could tell you more, but not much else to say.
Well, we'll be on our way then. Like I said, I'll try to dig something up about that.
Of course. So as you walk away, you eventually make your way closer into the actual, like, city part of Hillside. And as you do, you see, waiting at the edge of the town, is a purple-skinned woman with a long nose.
Oh god, this ain't gonna be good.
Here we go.
Yolande Drousseau.
Yes.
You in trouble.
I'm required to
I've
speak with
taken
you on.
my...
I'm required to speak with you on orders of Holgan Irontree.
Is that the orc man?
That would be the Orc Man, yes.
Okay. Well, let's speak then.
All right.
Is this about the priest?
It is, in fact, about the priest.
Right.
I assume you've already spoken to Cora and Malik about it.
Went straight to them.
All right. Holgan's probably on his way there already.
Goodness.
Anything to expect other than a other than a dressing down, or...
Well, here's the thing. Not only did you assault a civilian, you're also there is also the problem of the missing barrel of Veilstone.
Yes.
Now we're getting blamed for that.
Yes, Father Throm still thinks that you took it, and my captain is inclined to believe him.
Oh, save me from ignorant fools, O light of the moon. Or paranoid fools, I should say, I suppose.
I would agree.
Artemeos doesn't give everybody enough sense.
No. No, she does not.
Clearly.
Makes things interesting, though.
Actually, both of you roll me, let's say, perception for this.
10.
Deception.
Perception.
Perception.
Do it.
Perception. Scroll up.
He was reading it.
I know. I'm just.
No, there's and I'm proficient in perception.
Yes, you are.
It's not that good, but it's 13.
Okay, both of you looking over Abigail at this point, who, quick reminder, she's a bit tall she's a little taller than your average girl. She is quite lanky. She's still very pretty, but, you know, purple skin, long nose. Hag spawn, as was previously pointed out by other individuals. Based on what she is wearing, which she appears to be wearing some very nice plate mail. And looking at the necklace around her neck, both of you realize this is a paladin.
Oh dear. Oh wait. Can I tell based on various accoutrements which deity she serves?
Yes.
Or is that a religion check?
No, because she is actually wearing she is wearing a symbol around her neck. It's this sort of stick effigy around her neck. think something like Blair Witch Project, but less creepy. Which, because you are both elves, it does not take much for you to figure out. That is an old holy symbol for Artemaeus.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which also, Ulant would lead you to believe that this is a Oath of the Ancients paladin.
Oh, my favorite.
I do apologize for this, but I'm going to have to search your person.
Feel free, though, warning, just quick, right? I do have hearts of multiple creatures on me. Just saying.
Reminds me of patting down my sister when she went missing in the woods that one time.
Here?
Oh no, my sister is my younger sister is. I actually don't know where Blair is right now. She left home about a year back. She was always a bit of a wandering spirit. She sort of travels around in a cart with she tells people's fortunes, does the odd job here and there, but you know, does some potion making, but she doesn't have the talent for it that my mother had.
Well, go on then. I've nothing to hide.
She does in fact pat you down, and once she checks all of your body, she's like, I'd like you to open up your bag so I can look in it.
Feel free.
As you do so, and she goes through, she finds nothing. She walks over to Zell and says, I have to do the same with you as well.
That's fine. Go ahead.
She pats you down. Doesn't find anything. Searches your bag. Doesn't find anything. Apologies, but there's the particular missing Veilstone is quite valuable.
I understand.
Specifically, the Veilstone in question was Celesticite, is what went missing.
Skipping.
Yep.
Sorry.
Cutting in and out.
The Veilstone in question that went missing is called Celesticite. And with no rolls at all, you know what that is. That is Veilstone that has been touched by the celestial planes.
That is quite disturbing, actually.
Yes, it is. Knowing that an entire barrel of one of the most potent weapons against devils and demons is just up and gone, incredibly concerning, yes.
Well, that is, yes, no, deeply, deeply concerning.
Yeah. So you might understand Father Throm's concern. Granted, I do not condone his actions.
Yeah, there's better ways to go about what he was trying to go about.
He's an angry old man. He's lived here since New Hillside was established. He's set in his ways, I suppose.
As we keep hearing.
And like I keep saying, many holy men are.
You're not wrong.
Much to their detriment.
It was hoped that when Lightbearer Gleam arrived to help him, he would calm down, It hasn't seemed to help. Father Throm seems to have a very low opinion of Gleam.
I did notice that.
But that's
Yeah, he
not
don't seem to like anything or anybody too much.
a fair assessment. But that's neither here nor there. I will leave you all to your patrol. I was told I had to search you all first on orders of Father Throm, by the way. Think of it as his petty way of getting back at you. Hopefully he'll leave you alone after this for a little bit, maybe.
You can always hold hope.
You trying to say something, Zell?
Huh?
Seemed like you were trying to say something.
I was just agreeing.
Okay.
I was agreeing with Elon.
Wanted to make sure because you guys kept talking at the same time. Alright. She gives a small bow and then goes on her way, and you continue to make your way back into town. Eventually, your shift comes to an end. So, you knew where the boys were headed. Would you like to retrieve them?
It is time to
It is worth noting that
clock out for us.
Are you going to go by Uza's shop first, or are you going to do that?
Yes.
Alright. So,
Yeah, I need to go get my fire resistance potion.
I have to roll something.
That's never a good thing.
Okay.
Good lord. Okay. So the enchanting stage is up by 5, so that's at least 1. Okay, I'm gonna probably be patchy in a couple seconds. Give me just a moment, I have to look at something.
Yeah, he has to roll something and he has to look it up. So this is not going to be good.
Oh no, you're gonna like this.
I think it's just that he's dealing with new ruling.
Probably.
Daniel. Daniel,
Yep.
please make me just a flat D20 roll.
Oh god.
Nine.
Excellent.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm scared.
So, you guys arrive back in Uza's shop. Winston greets you, as always. And once again, you do not see Uza. But, what you do see is, in the center of her part of the store, you see a bubbling cauldron. And it continues to bubble as you approach, and eventually you watch as she pops her head out of it. Well, hello there!
Yeah.
Here for
Hi.
your potion!
Yes, please.
Oh, excellent. I was just putting the final touches on it.
Oh,
One
good.
moment, you watch as she stretches a gooey arm out, grabs a bottle, and dips it into the cauldron. She pops a cork in it and hands it to you. This one came out very interesting. I think you're gonna like the added bonuses from it. Here you are.
God. Alright, so I do have a question about the potion.
So,
So, how long does it last?
I believe, and Dominic, you might have to look this up for me because every time I try to look up something, my computer goes frickin', my sound goes frickin' blah 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 blah. But I believe it lasts a minute in combat. A minute is 10...
Fire resistance?
Yes. A minute is 10 rounds of combat.
Okay.
Basically, it will last you
That
an
will
entire
almost never happen.
Yes. It will basically last you an entire combat.
Yeah, no, an hour.
Oh, good lord! But, in addition to this, there is some extra magic that comes with it.
That was my next question.
Winston is more than happy to cast the Identify spell for you.
Alright, Winston.
He will charge, I'm gonna say, a gold.
Alright. That's fair.
It's Identify. It's not that expensive. It's a very common spell. He waves his hand over it and says, "Ah, yes. This has the added benefit of when you drink it, for the duration, you take half damage. You take less damage when you fall."
Useful.
So somewhere on your character sheet, you don't have to add it to your inventory just yet, but somewhere on your character sheet, write in Potion of Fire Resistance with Cat's Landing. Uzo will wave and say, "Hope you like it."
Thank you very much. And I do believe that it will come in handy.
I'm sure. Have a good day. And she just blorps back into the still boiling cauldron.
Again, a very interesting woman.
Yes, indeed. She can also still hear you.
I figured.
And
She can probably still see us.
Oozfolk. So fascinating, really. Huh. If only they would be more open about their origins. Anyway. You boys have a lovely day.
As to you.
yes.
I take it your next stop will be the tavern to pick up the boys to start their shift.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go
All
to the
right.
tavern.
The question is, have they downed all 10 pints or not?
As you make your way to the tavern, I have to ask, and answer me honestly, Klaus, how much have you drank?
I've only drank 3.
Okay.
There's a allotment without being
Remind me,
drunk.
what's your constitution modifier?
I think it's +2, and then I have resistant to poison. So you said that was 1 extra up.
It's 1 plus your Constitution modifier, how many you can drink before you have to start making saving throws. So you are at
Oh,
the
yeah.
threshold right now.
Yeah.
Klaus is what you would call buzzing very good.
Yeah. I'm just right on the edge.
You all enter the tavern. It's now about middle of the day, more or less. It's worth noting that you are not the only prisoners on patrol. You see multiple groups from each house all doing different, just wandering around the town, essentially playing town guard is more or less what they're doing. As well as individuals bearing the crest of the town militia. But as you find your fellow companions, Klaus is buzzing. And Joker, how drunk are you?
Already drunk too.
Okay, then you're fine as well.
I need to be the sponsor one this time.
Alright, so, what do y'all say?
Time to clock in, boys.
Batters up, boy.
Zell said he's pulling a double for me.
Nah. Zell's gonna
I
eat
think how that's.
Well, don't worry, guys. I saved y'all some free alcohol. Now, the farmers may take it back when I leave. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're scared of you guys.
They did see me
Oh,
toss a man
scared of-
with one hand across the.
Well,
I'll go straight up tell him, I'll be like, listen, you don't want me to call Klaus back in here, guys. Just don't
Yeah.
touch it.
We get free drinks.
I didn't leave you guys any food, though. You gotta get your own food.
I'll have let the food to be left.
Alright, so the comedy boys get up to go do their patrol. What would the gentleman in the tavern like to do?
I'm going to sit down and order food.
Alright.
As am I.
Anything
Look
specific?
around for the old. Is it night yet?
Not
Or close
yet.
to?
It's about middle
Right.
of the day. It'll be a few more hours. You're able to go wherever you want in town at this moment. If you want to go back to the third house or anything like that, you may go there. Once again, you see now it's been a while. So the small woman masquerading as a child, even her dress makes her look like she is a child now that she's dressed in proper clothing. She is now quite drunk. And a few other individuals have entered the tavern at this point. You see Victoria Nocturna has made her way into the tavern, along with her bodyguard / butler, Gauche, and a few of other members of First House, who at this point you all realize they're all any of them that have at least 1 star, or at least most of them that have at least 1 star on their armband, are dressed like maids and butlers. Just
I'm going to
what's going
assume
on
that this
here?
denotes a certain house.
It seems to only be the ones from the first house. And it's not all of them in the first house. The people who are new, and there's a few people with 1 star, but like some of them that have 1 star that are not dressed like maids and butlers. But any of them who have at least 1 star, 2 star, and 2 stars especially are dressed like maids and butlers. And they seem to be tending to Miss Nocturna's needs.
That seems about right.
I will let you guys settle in and decide what you're going to eat while I move on to Joker and Klaus. You all make your way into town. Where would you like to start your patrol?
Joker Jack, that's toss. Bubbles up in the air.
Bubbles takes off right away, and you have the ability to look through his eyes without any problem.
Hey, look, my eyes are uptown now.
Klaus, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where would you guys like to start your patrol?
Klaus is just going to walk around town and just try to find different food vendors if there are any.
Oh, there absolutely are, and for that I will change the scenery. Back to the city streets.
Supposed to be looking for danger, not food.
Hey, I'm dangerous if you don't give me food.
So some of the street stalls are starting to wind down a little bit, and streets are a little bit more sparse as the day has gone on. Bubbles specifically currently doesn't see much. It seems to be a pretty quiet day in Hillside, which, based on what you guys have been told, you didn't realize was possible. Klaus, you see a few stalls selling food. You see some of them selling shish kebabs. You see some of them selling... you see a fruit stand with selling some fruit that is probably the last of the season, as you know, it's fall and things are starting to die. You see one stall that seems to be selling these things that look like potatoes, but they're red and purple with vines still attached at the top.
I think Klaus is going to go buy a shish kebab and an apple.
All right. That's not going to cost you very much, just like mark off. We're going to call that 2 gold.
Okay.
Also, if anyone hasn't noticed, I use gold for everything because keeping up with multiple different types of coins is a pain.
Works for me.
My brain no likey, my brain does not deal with. The shish kebab is very good. It's a little cold. Not like super cold, but like you can tell it's not the freshest one, but it is still very good.
Am I lagging or is he?
Neither of you seem to be lagging on my end.
Oh, Lakota's like really bad on mine.
Okay, what's the last thing you heard me say?
Something about not very good, maybe?
Not very, it's not the freshest.
Yes, it's not the freshest.
Okay.
Alright, do I need to try and leave the call and come back, or?
Oh, you're fine right now. It's just that one little
Weird.
section.
Very weird. But yeah, it's not the freshest shish kebab, but it's still very good. Very juicy, very, very meaty. You enjoy it. And the apple is very good. It's very crisp, very, very pleasant tasting. It's at this point that you guys notice a few of the militia in the area, both all glaring at you. You know them by this, there's an insignia on their chest that looks like a hammer with the head caught aflame. bashing into a demon skull.
They're looking at you or looking at me.
Who cares?
They definitely do not seem to like your presence in the area.
Do they say anything to us?
Not at the moment, but they do
Or are they
continue
just
to
gonna
glare.
stare?
Well, we mind our own business, they mind theirs.
What was that, Klaus?
Klaus just goes on his merry way.
All right. As you continue to make your way through town, there's not much to report, honestly.
On the ground or in the sky.
Not much in the sky. You see some birds. There are people walking on the ground. Not really much to say this time around. Plenty of time to talk to each other, though. If there's any conversations that Joker and Klaus would like to have with one another.
They went through a lot in the bar. So why a dragon? Why did you get a dragon familiar and not like a raccoon?
I'm sorry, if you want to have something adorable as a raccoon.
Hey, raccoons are vicious, man.
Raccoons are good thieves.
They're very good to eat.
So's a duck!
You better be glad you didn't have a raccoon then. I'd have ate it.
Yeah. Why not?
Joker, you would know that you were given the familiar by Gadia,
Yeah.
your patron.
Yeah. To be fair, it was a gift.
Okay. So, quick question: is that how all familiars are in D&D?
In normal D&D, a familiar is a spirit that you summon that takes the shape of a normal animal. But in the case of a warlock, their familiars, if they have one, tend to be a spirit from the plane of existence that their patron is from.
Okay.
In this case, Bubbles is technically a celestial.
To be fair, my good, big, hungry friend, he was a gift.
Okay.
For some odd reason.
You know why she gave him to you.
Yeah.
He is her way of monitoring your progress. He keeps an eye on you while also assisting you with your duties.
Plus, he's basically a post to keep eye on me if I'm doing my job right. And to tell you the truth, I thought it'd be a bunny or a rabbit. One or two. Or the same thing. Hey, if it was a bunny, I cannot see in the sky. Now can I?
That is, unless you threw it. I mean, you could throw it.
I am not throwing a little soft animal in the sky. Imagine I get catched by a hawk. Then I'd be scarred for that poor bunny's life.
Oh no, you would just unsummon him before he splatted. And then resummon him.
Yeah, but I will still have nightmares about it. I can
That's
still
true.
remember. I can see through that poor creature's eyes. It's not pleasant. You don't know what I seen, man.
When you're fun as the dragon, do like bugs get like splat in your eye and you see that?
Say it again. I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah.
I said when he flies as the dragon, does that mean like bugs splat in his eyes and he sees it? Like he's always
Yes.
being pelted in the face by bugs when he gets them?
Yes.
Or does he?
I can see him get. Heck, I saw me a bug one time. That was weird. And all I can hear of him and how he liked the bug. Oh, how juicy the bug was. Oh, what type of bug that was. Maybe it was a dragonfly. Oh, that dragonfly insulted me. I'm going to eat.
I don't know if I have any more questions.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
As your patrol winds down, I'm going to move back over to Zell and Yulant. And the first thing I would like you to do is make a perception check. Both of you. Daniel?
I got a 20.
Okay. Dom?
Oh, wait, what?
Perception check.
Yeah, apologies. Gay country music. That's the wrong one. 8.
8. Zell, as you all sit at the bar eating the food that you have had sat in front of you, you do notice something. You notice two things. First, you notice some posters on the wall mentioning the missing children. 3 posters in particular mentioning the children's names, their ages, and roughly where they were when they disappeared. The other thing you notice, which is a lot more humorous, you see a rat.
Oh, God.
It glares at you for a moment, and then it scurries away.
Well, it seems I found Joker's rat.
Hmm? What? What rat?
Well, he was right over there, and then all right. So you remember he tried to call Bubbles back, and somehow
Oh,
he summoned a rat.
yes, rat. That one.
Yeah. But on a side note, there's posters back here of the children that we was told about
Oh?
from
Yes.
Elder Boris, I believe.
Yes, as you turn and look, Yulant, you do in fact see that there are 3 posters on the wall with images of an 11-year-old, I believe I said
8
8-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
and a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yulant is going to approach them and attempt to commit faces to memory.
I'll let you do that. I won't make a roll for that. It's pretty easy to. It's not like the pictures are going anywhere. None of the children seem to look alike. They're very different from one another. If you're looking for any similarities, they just look like kids.
I just want to know I just want to know if they were all in the exact same place when they disappeared.
Surprisingly, no. One of them was around where the farms are. Another was near the church. And the last one was in their backyard. The little 5-year-old was in her backyard. And their mother just happened to turn away at some point, and the child disappeared.
All near the forest or near the outskirts?
The
Or was it a farm more close into town?
the one near the farm and the one near the church were definitely near the forest. The house, however, if you're looking at the map correctly, was not near the forest.
The first two I understand, but this last one,
It sticks out.
yes. This
Zell
will be
is
a
going to
difficult...
approach Victoria
Oh, you mean
and ask about.
You mean Miss Nocturna? Absolutely. As you approach, you are immediately blocked by the mountain of a man that is Gauche. He looks down
Excuse
at
me,
you.
kind sir.
He looks down at you and growls.
Breath mint?
As you say that, Victoria lifts her hand and says, "It's quite all right, Gauche. I'm always welcome to speak with other with other prisoners of this place. Please, please, come speak with me." I should ask, Yulant, did you join him for this?
Just a quick look around for the old man first.
Not yet. But
Okay.
it's getting close.
In that case, I do in fact follow Zale.
Gauche will grumble and then say, "Yes, Miss Nocturna," as he moves out of the way.
This is definitely a lurch.
Well, hello there,
Just
boys.
a little bit.
Well, hello there, boys. How can I help
Good.
you?
Well, sorry to interrupt your dinner and festivities here, but
As you say that, Zell, there is no food on her table.
well, she could have ordered it and it's just not there yet.
You're not interrupting much. Is there something you wanted to know?
I was gonna see if there was anything that you knew about the missing children.
Oh, them? Quite dreadful. We looked into it to begin with, but all signs point to something grabbing them. Admittedly, it is odd that they're happening about a week apart, but that could be coincidence. Devils and demons are hard to predict, you know.
Right.
But there is
Was
a
there-
pattern, and that is interesting.
It is a pattern, though there's only the one pattern of it happening about a week apart.
It would seem to me that if it is a specific entity doing this, that they might be growing a bit bolder in their action.
What makes you say that?
Well, the first two children were taken from near the forest, and well, we met a few of the Hellions there earlier today. But the third one, from deeper within, stolen from one's own backyard. In an instant, even.
Yes, we did find that concerning.
That definitely doesn't sound good.
We searched for all of them as much as we could, but it is interesting that the third one was taken so close to town. If it was a devil or demon that did that, quite a brash one indeed.
I might try to see about getting on a later patrol at some point.
I wouldn't mind going and checking that yard out.
Yes.
All things you can bring
Good
up with
idea.
all things you can bring up with your commander and your fellow members of the program. I do see that you're about 2 short.
On patrol.
Which should be wrapping up rather soon. You know, I'm simply parched. Ghosh, do you have my... And before she even finishes, he holds out this silver-colored... It's clearly not actually silver, but it's very shiny, polished metal container that she immediately takes and says, thank you. And she opens it, and
vampire.
she opens it and drinks. Anyone who wants to may make a perception check.
We're not there.
You aren't.
Yeah.
21.
What'd you roll, Dom?
7. Nothing good.
Zell rolled a 21.
I noticed nothing.
Zell, she's drinking blood.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I kind of figured.
You don't see it, but you smell it. A very familiar smell.
Very distinct smell.
Yes. She finishes her long draft and puts the lid back on and says, much better, and hands it back to the Goliath. If you boys have anything else you need, I'm always here. I'm sure Dennis will be in later if you'd like to talk with him as well. Though have fun with that, he's always... himself.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, once you talk to him, you'll understand. I do believe that's one of his new... I believe that's one of his new bloods over there. She points over at the now very drunk woman masquerading as a child.
So, is she like a halfling?
I think she's a gnome, actually.
Yes. That would also make sense.
I don't know...
I
I don't know her backstory, but... But if I had to guess, I would say she was probably some sort of con artist, thief, maybe.
Serial killer?
Also possible.
Not
It looks like she could hold her own when she needed to.
Really? Seems a bit of a brat to me.
Speaking of new blood, I watched last night as one of my newest recruits was beaten to a near bloody pulp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if I should thank you or berate you.
I do.
Oh,
I do
the snake
recall
man. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Apologies
see,
for that.
but it was well founded.
Okay, you're both talking at the same time.
To be fair, he's
Sorry, go ahead, Dom.
He was being a bit pushy with our female compatriot.
Oh,
And I do mean pushy.
Oh, believe me, I noticed. Just be careful.
Apologies.
Oh, well, no need for apologies. Just be careful who you assault, which of the prisoners you get into fights with. I have it on good authority that he is responsible for the death of 12 people in a single night.
I am no stranger to assassins and the like.
Oh no, he didn't assassinate them. He made them
Oh,
explode.
That is odd.
Impressive.
say the least.
It would be impressive if he knew how to control it. You were saying,
Can I
Zell?
roll for...
I was just saying, to say the least, that is a bit odd.
Yes.
Can I roll for knowledge about wild magics?
Yes, you may. This
Or
would
is
be,
this would this be a thing I would know from Spring Court?
I would say roll in Arcana.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
All right.
Can I do it?
You're welcome to try. Roll Arcana.
I rolled a 17.
Could
Damn.
yeah. By the sound of it, because you saw him casting spells, it sounds like he might be a wild magic sorcerer. Very volatile wild magic sorcerer.
On top of being drunk, so he was drunk too. So
Yes, that certainly didn't help. You're lucky one of his surges didn't go off while we were here. Though it certainly would have been entertaining to see him turn into a flower pot. Anyway,
Is that common?
I've heard stories. I've heard stories. I've never quite seen it myself. But I do think it would be rather funny. Don't you think that would be rather funny, Gauche? Yes, Miss Nocturna. Oh, come on, dear. Laugh. Ha, 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 ha. That was a fake laugh. He just gives her the side eye. Is there anything else I can do for you, boys?
No, I think that's quite enough for tonight. Thank you, either way. It was pleasant.
Not a problem. And so,
enjoy the rest of your evening.
now, I ask, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm just gonna keep on watch for the old man at this point.
Alright. As the night carries on, eventually, Joker and Klaus, you finish your shift and find your way back to the tavern,
Oy.
where you have drinks and food waiting. At no point does Ariel join you.
Alright, who's gonna check on her?
I was about to say, one of us need to go check on her. I mean, I'll go check since Ulant is waiting on Elder Boris.
Klaus, you there?
Klaus.
I appreciate that, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'm fine with Zell going if you want.
Alright, so Zell, you want to head back to the third house to check on Ariel?
Yep, that's where I'm headed.
So for no reason at all, I'd like you to roll a stealth check. There's a
For
reason.
no reason at all.
For no reason at all. I have a reason, but for no reason at all. In the meantime,
Okay, well,
25.
I rolled a 25.
not you.
No,
Oh, okay. You rolled a 25? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I will get back to you in just a moment. Ulant. So, is there anything you guys would like to share is there anything you would like to share with Klaus and Joker now that you are back with them?
I got shot.
What did you do?
He did. It was hilarious.
All I did is climb up the wall.
That's quite rude.
Well, well, you have to have an advantage at one point. I have to use that spell sooner or later. I'll have to take a rest and recharge.
And the next time we're in the bar, I have to show
What?
you guys this cool trick. I can make everybody just give me money.
I mean, we're here.
You're in the tavern now.
Wait, hold on.
We
No,
are.
more important things. There appears to be a case of missing children abound. Keep an ear out for any news, eh?
Does Joker Jack just got a straight face. Do what now?
Yes, 3 disappearances, week apart, all children. 2 were closer to the forest, 1 from closer in the city. 11, 8, and 5 years of age. Horrible thing. Keep an eye out.
Oh, I'm gonna keep
Posters
an
are over there on the wall if you'd like to take a look yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna keep an eye out. And somebody's gonna die.
My thoughts exactly, mate.
Hey, children's involved, I'm gonna kill them.
Good. Other than that, things seem clear. Forest was a bit stirred up, but I suppose that's to be expected.
Yeah, it was a boring night for us. Hell, I caught Bubbles falling if he falls asleep. In fact, he did. Look.
Yeah, Bubbles is. You got it, boss. You got it, boss. No, not that. I don't want to wear the bow. Ah.
Odd little creature.
If there's nothing else, I will say that it's about this time that you see Elder Boris enter the building and sit at a table near the back.
Oh, take you.
Well, jolly good, lads. I have an appointment to get to, so have a nice night, eh?
No. Come here.
You approach Elder Boris, and he acknowledges you.
Get over here and sit down.
And take a seat closer to the old man.
Ah, good.
Probably.
Ah, good, you're here. Glad.
Yes, you implied something rather ominous earlier, mate.
It
Hope you
is.
don't mind a wee chat.
Oh. Well, I'd love to chat, but I'd also like to cut to the chase, shall we? You launch at this
Hang on,
moment.
I got keep going. Hang on, he's coming in.
You launch at this
No, you ain't
moment.
keep going, buddy.
You feel an ice cold aura emanate from Elder Boris. A very familiar cold. Something you've experienced yourself before.
Alright,
Well.
what was you?
That's... Hey.
Do you... So, I was curious, Mr. Drousseau.
You don't have shoes on. Okay. Listen.
I was curious, Mr. Drousseau. Were you a paladin before?
Yes.
You ain't
Temple
got
of
shoes.
Colossus in the Holy City.
I think Poppy walked inside.
Did you break your oath?
Yes.
And yet, you
Probably.
watch as a necrotic energy creeps up his arm that looks very familiar. You're not quite an oath breaker, are you?
No.
Do you want to know what you are?
I'd appreciate the information.
He
A
cracks.
kind of arctic glint will pass over Elon's eyes as the tips of his hair turn a snow white.
Elder Boris cracks a big smile. We like to call... In the Winter Court, we like to call them Dark Nights. And there's something very special. And I'm gonna cut you there. You good with that?
Yep.
Hey, Daniel?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Alright. Zell. You make your way back to Third House, which is not going to say eerily quiet, but it's definitely quieter than it was when you were there earlier. There's only a few individuals still in the main area, and there's not a lot of talking going around. But you make your way back up to the room. You quietly enter, thinking she could possibly be asleep, and I quickly need to roll something for her. She does not notice you. As you enter in, Zell, you see Ariel off of her bed. She seems to be okay, but what you see is her back. And covering it are scars. Old scars from a whip. And that's where I'm ending tonight's session.
Oh man.
Let's say bye as our characters. Shall we?
Sorry that ran way longer than I intended.
I was good with it.
And I'm also really sorry for all of the frickin' recording issues. Good lord. I'm going to try and salvage this as best I can.
Yep.
This is going to be one of the messiest uploads ever, but I'm still going to try. Did you guys have a good time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good session.
I'm glad.
Sorry I hogged most of the spotlight there, boys.
Not good.
Yeah, so the funny thing is while I was picking NPC stat blocks for all of the NPCs, I came across a particular stat block that was Eladrin related, specifically Winter Eladrin, and I immediately realized, wouldn't it be interesting if one of the first NPCs that Ulant met might know something?
I do believe that they do know something.
I mean, that's obvious at this point.
Yeah. Somebody knows something that they're not saying.
Also, I guess it's more or less confirmed at this point. Yes, Victoria's a vampire.
Oh well, yeah.
I was wondering if we, like, point all directions towards her being a vampire and then just scoop that out from under us or not?
Nope, she's just straight up a vampire. Which now, I guess, begs the question, what the frick are the other two house heads?
I'm just happy.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I finally did Spire Climb.
Yeah,
There you go, buckshot in your butt.
you immediately got shot.
Worth it!
If you say so, my friend.
Is that gonna be all for tonight, boys?
Yeah, that's gonna be all. If you guys want to stick around to do the outro.
Let's do it.
Right, yes.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Ring the bell so you always know when I post a video. This has been a nightmare and a half tonight. But we played a session regardless, so that's great. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and until then, I bid you goodbye!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, Bubbles, say bye.
Tally-o, lad.
Chatty-o, chum.
Bye.